some good. God says they're good for nothing. Yeah, I just believe what the word says, Bishop. Huh? He says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his way. Not some of them. Well, you got two of them that are good. God says choose none of them. See, prophets do crazy stuff because they say things that God says, nobody else hears them, but God speaks to the prophet, and people are wondering, why is he got this linen waistcloth, folding it up and hiding it in the cleft of the rock by the river? Somebody see that? Somebody's out skinny dipping and they partying, and the people they got. Well, Jeremiah walked around for 7 years naked, didn't he? I mean, Isaiah. Yeah, naked, Lord's of Jacob. Isaiah, he was like, you know that thought he was crazy. Yeah. Naked. You hear me? So prophets do and say some very unusual things, but here's the proof, Clarence. Whatever they say comes to pass exactly as Amen. And still, the Lord is saying today, as he did years ago to this prophet, I sent my word to this prophet. Isn't that one of the conditions of the blessings? Deuteronomy 28. If you diligently hear, if it's conditional, then I'll bless you this way and bless you this way and put you on high and bless your children and bless your business. You're going to lend to many nations and you're going to lend, you never borrow and so forth. But he says, if you hear, come in. If you hear, Jeremiah 13. If you hear, it's conditional. If you hear, Clarence, then it says, don't just hear it, but observe it, research it, watch it. I'm quoting Deuteronomy 28 now. He says, you research, commandment and promise are the same word in Hebrew, David. It simply means God's words. And so if we think of it as a promise, that does a lot better because we always think of commandments as something harsh. Don't, you know, all right. Thou shalt not this and thou shalt not that. You know, and it's like, well, if I accidentally do it, then the Lord's going to beat me with a big stick. But it also means promise. Yes. It doesn't mean thou shalt not. It means a promise. God is saying, whatever I'm saying, the words that I'm speaking, they're going to come to pass as sure as the sun rises in the east. Amen. Amen. And so, in Jeremiah 13, 1 through 11, God is saying, prophet, I want you to get a linen. Listen to the symbolisms here. A linen waistcloth. Isn't that what Jesus wrapped around his waist when he began to watch the disciples speak? Yeah. Amen. Yes. It symbolizes service. And he wrapped it around his waist and got down on his knees. And he began to wash the disciples' feet. Yes. The service, the Lord is saying through Jeremiah, that he would have the people of Judah and Jerusalem do, and the worship, because worship and service are opposite sides of the same coin. Remember when Ruth had a son by what's his name? Ruth had a son by Boaz. The son's name was Obed. Yes. Obed means servant, but it also means a worshiper. So when you're serving, you're really worshiping. I remember when years ago the pastor said, who's here that the Lord